that we came across with these shows, it's quite it's an eye opener for us because that's when we realized theater is not a one size fits all. And I'd like to think that we are kind of like we became like the indie film of theater really because it was something that we just wanted. We wanted this material, we wanted to produce it, and let's see what happens. Bahala na. And there were people who responded, and they responded quite. There were a lot who did, and we're just grateful that it's just going and going and going, and that we're going to continue to be doing plays like this.
It's encouraging because I think Red Turnip is able to tap that quiet segment of society that says, no, I'm not interested in theater, I'm not interested in I don't want to see a musical, I don't want to see happiness. Then suddenly, here comes a group that does thought-provoking material. And then, everybody just reacts to it. I think that, like I said, the social media has helped tremendously. It's the right time for some company like Red Turnip to be here.
Since I also noticed that most of your actors also come from different theater groups.
Yes.
So is time your biggest challenge or time management your biggest challenge?
It is. Because, a lot of times, like in Closer, we dealt with Angel Aquino and Mark Abaya's schedule because they're both in teleseries and indie films. For Cop, it was a little bit more relaxed because these are all theater actors, But one was also doing corporate, in advertising. So that was also difficult. And now we're also dealing with Agot. So we try to be lenient. We try to do it at a good time. We start maybe 2 months before so that everybody kind of slowly gets into the role and slowly gets accustomed to the play and the way it's written and the language that it's in. And that's pretty much what we want it to be. We're very relaxed as a group, as you can see. Too relaxed, I think. But that's what we want. We don't want people to feel uncomfortable. We don't want people to feel like there's such a rigid structure to Red Turnip. We're chill. We're just going by what needs to be done. But nothing too rigorous.
Chris, as your grandma, Miss Almeida Siganin, see your work?
No, she's actually very busy herself, and she has other things that she's doing. So something like this, she might not be able to sit through it also. We have to take that into consideration, but I know that she's very happy.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future. Maybe.
But are you also considering other venues for future plays?
We are considering other venues, and especially now that other venues are popping up left and right and center. I mean, how many theaters are going to come up in the span of 5 years? Really, there's so many. So we're hoping that we can, and black box theaters as well. I know that there are certain people who are building as we speak. So we hope that there will be space for us.
Speaking of considering, Chris,
Yes.
is Red Turnip closing its door to musicals?
No, we are not. It's just that right now, we would like to keep it small. We like to keep it intimate. We like to keep it with a 4-actor, also with budget constraints. But and then slowly as we build our audience, we build everything, then we're going to create a bigger market and hopefully a bigger player, a bigger musical that we can stage.
It's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Who are the actors, your dream actors, that you want to have a future?
It really depends on what place we choose. We sit there and we're like, oh my gosh, we see the Shiela. We immediately saw the Shiela for the role of Lance, and we knew that it was going to be, wow, she's going to do something with it. It's different. It really is depending on every role that we come across, every role that we that is presented to us, and then depending on who the director is among the Red Turnips, or maybe if we have another director who will come and stage with us, then it's up to them. It's their decision. We give naman the floor to them when they have to cast, and how are they going to produce the material, and how are they going to execute it.
So how many directors are involved with production in theater right now, aside from Ren?
Well, the thing is, what do you call this? Anna did Closer, and then Rem did Cock, and then not Jenny, Topper will do Rabbit Hole, and then I think Rem will do Time Stand Still. So, kami na lang ni Jenny. Let's see what happens. Wala na.
If miss your name up there.
Yes, we'll see. Question? Mario.
We'd like to know how you get all these materials. Bakit kayo nauuna parate?
Bakit kami nauuna? Alam mo, it depends. Like Topper, he really wanted this material from before. He fell in love with it when he was still studying there. And he saw Rabbit Hole and he said, that's mine. Me, Cock, for example, was something that I saw 3 years ago with a friend of mine. And it was in a small theater, 150 people. There weren't even back support, It was just stools pretty much, no? And I said, wow, this would be perfect for Red Turnip. And there you go. That's how it happened. So it's really a lot of luck and fortunate incidents that happen to us. And we're just like, yay, it's ours. And if it somehow becomes publicized elsewhere or somebody else is going to stage it in another country, we're like, well, great. Or it becomes a TV special or a movie, well, then good for us. But really, we greatly rely on each other's liking for the material.
So is it right to say that Red Turnip is more updated with the materials abroad?
Well, I think Atlantis is very updated with the materials abroad. But yeah, I guess it also depends on what's out there and what people are ready to respond to. And if we think it's going to be fitting for Manila as well.
Ano experience mo na-embrace na ba ng audience?
I think so. I think we are able to tap into a market that we didn't think was even possible, because at that point we just said, we like this material, we want to produce it, bahala na who is going to respond to it or who's going to like it. And surprisingly, there's a market that likes it.
So saan napunta yung bahala?
Saan napunta? Well,
Second season.
there you go, second season. And hope for more to come. Yes.
To Mom Sheila, what made you say yes to Rabbit Hole?
I'm sorry.
What made you say yes?
What made number one? It's Topper. Because I've known Topper since he was. That tells you how old I am, right? No, Topper was in his very first theater experience was Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe for trumpets, and I played the White Witch, and he was Peter. So, he and I go a long way, and I've watched him grow as a performer, as an actor, as a student, and then an actor, and now he's a director. And nothing gives me more joy than to be in the first play that he is going to direct. I'm so happy, I'm so proud of him, and I intend to give him my all. I intend to support him.
He's gonna cry.
He knows this. He knows this.
We're talking about you. And all wonderful words from Tita Shi.
I'm a big liar.
How did the material come about? Topper, come here. Well, Topper said when we read it and he presented it, he goes, nobody touches it. And that's what happened. Come here. Come here.
Untouchable.
And that's kind of what happened. How did you choose Rabbit Hole? Why did you choose Rabbit Hole?
Well, one, it's my favorite play. And as I said, I pitched it to Red Turnip without any intention to direct it. I just wanted to see us produce it because I thought it fit us. And when we sat down to read it to see if it worked, I felt it here. I said, I don't want anyone else to touch this. So that's why I'm here, stuck here. Stuck here.
Stop. He can't turn back now.
Yeah.
So it's your first as a director?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Can you be more confident?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it is my first. It's my first. It's my first. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Jenny told me though that directing is 70% casting and 30% everything else. So 70% we're okay. Parang I think we're sold. 30%, I'll work on that. So, thanks. What?
Okay, go drink some more.
No, I'm waiting for that.
Yes. Anyway, yes.
After deciding on the material,
Yes.
do the actors go to auditions for roles?
We do have readings, and depending on who our director is, that's when they make the decision and the choices that they want to make, and there you go. And depending on their availability, that's what happens. Yeah. Hopefully, when we have bigger casting, we need to cast for a bigger play, for a bigger musical. Let's say Sana. Then let's see what happens then.
Well, as a final, can you share one line from any of your plays or even from Rabbit Hole that you think is your favorite?
Oh dear.
Diba, it's from all the 3 plays or from your role, do you have a specific line that you fell in love with?
Well, I say a line in August Osage County, and I say, "Excuse me, but I'm still very sexy. Thank you very much."
Mine, it's full of horrible words. I'm sorry. It's our favorite line in Closer. You know?
Okay.
So I don't know if I should say it. I can, but you have to bleep it.
Wait. There's no ano naman eh.
Yeah, it's fuck off and die, you fucked up slag. You know, that's still my favorite line, I think. It's not even my line. It was Bart's line in Closer, but yeah.